Hello again, and welcome back to another small tutorial in repairing lenses and cameras. But this time I will tell you how I will go into and clean the lens element in a Nikon lens series E. This is 100mm 2.8 AIS, and I will try to clean it with lighter fluid since there's only a lot of dust in this. So let's have a look what we need. This is actually the things that is very normal to clean a lens element in my opinion. We need some rubber tools, which is some of those that one can get on Amazon or eBay probably. The rubber cones, which is from Japan Hobby Tool. I don't know who actually made them, but they're very handy. We need a 102 lens sucker, which is very handy. This one is from Japan Hobby Tool, and this one is from a company called different to see. Oh gosh, yeah, it's called Nordson. So you can probably search on it. As I remember, I buy it at the Edward lens company. I think it was Edward. Yeah. We need a blower, and we need some lighter fluid, which is some called extra. It could be Zippo or whatever name they have, but I put a very thin needle, so it's actually very easy to apply on my lens tissue, which also is peg pad. And I simply cut them in a smaller size, so it's, well, cheaper to use instead of using the whole piece and actually only use the half of it. We need some nail polish remover, especially the one with acetone, because some screws in some lenses, they can sit pretty tight. And of course a handy tweezer, and probably some dentist tool could also be very handy. Not necessary I use them, but. And we need some screwdrivers. Well, I used to use one of my Phillips 00 screwdrivers, crosshead. But and I filed the very sharp pointy tip, so it fits actually perfect in the screw. Well, at this time I have just get them home. It's the screwdrivers from Moody Tools, which I actually buy on the website called ifixit.com. You can get them for a good price. There is a set of 4 different. It's called GIS-S. Well, it says nothing, but they're everything from 2 millimeter, 2.5, 3, and 4 millimeter. I think it's that. Yep. You can actually see them here. That's the set you actually get on iFixit, which is it's 3 millimeter. So all those 4 you can buy on ifixit.com. So I buy 2 sets, and this is real JIS, and it works actually very good. So I will test it. This is the first time I use those, So and of course, if it doesn't work, well, I will use my old JIS 00 Philips 00. Yeah, I know it's not correct, but I will also, this is a real, not modified Philips 00, which has a very sharp, pointy tip, and it can be used in some situations, depending. Well, need some cotton bud, and instead of using a glove, I will try some of those finger rubber thingy, which could be nice to work with. I get them on the apotheke, and it will just roll it over my fingers, my index finger and my thumb. So I will just see how it will work. We also need some lens spinner, which could be very good. This is just old compasses, which I have filed and grind, so they fit perfect in the small notch on the lenses, especially the retaining ring. But the subject for this small video is this 100mm Nikon series E, which has a lot of dust. And let's see if I can show it on to the camera. It could be there are many. Maybe it's better the other way. It's difficult. It's more difficult to, yeah, maybe you can see it here. There's a lot of things in there. Yeah, so let's jump into it. I'll just start with the front lens group and see how it will go. And I mean, it's just a test to see how good it can be. To take off the nameplate, just zoom in a little. We need the rubber tool. It could be those gray thingy, or it could be the other one. Those are a little more sticky, so let's see how this will go. Well, it's easy, but if I tighten it again, will it come loose? Not really. So I'll try with this and see how it will go. Okay, maybe it needs more pressure. Yeah, it comes. You have a better grip here on compared to the black one here, but they have their I mean, they're a good thing and bad things, so it is. The nameplate is made of metal, and not really, no, sorry, the front ring is made of metal. I haven't been into the lens yet, so yeah, but this is just plastic, and the front ring here is made of metal. But we do not need to take that off. You see, there are 6 screws in here, but we only need to take out 3 that actually hold the front lens group in place. And it will be this one, and this one, and the last one here. Just so you know it. To get things correct, I will just put a mark here. I have my index here, so I'll just put a mark up here somewhere, just so I know where it should sit when I'm done. So there's a tiny mark there. I mean, no one would see it, and but it will make your work much better and easier. So off with those 3 screws. Oh, they actually work pretty good. There's not really any slip. I can just have it on and it will work pretty good. Now let's see how it will work with a Philips 00. I'll just hold it on. Well, it will also work pretty good. But it's just because the screws are in perfect shape. If they were not, I mean, if they have been unscrewed and screwed in many times, it would probably not be the same. Well, I will just pop the lens right in my hand. I mean, maybe I should have some of those things on and see how it will work when working with lenses. Yeah, so I mean, stay safe. Maybe I should put on one here too. So, and then pop it in my hand. So it is. And this is how it actually looks inside here. If we just have a sneak peek at the aperture. If I would take out the aperture, I will actually make a scratch here somewhere. Maybe here on the retaining ring here, and inside the tube here, just so you know exactly where the aperture sits before you take it out. I do not have a repair manual for this particular lens, but it's therefore I set my marks in my lenses. Now we need to take out the front lens, so how about that? Well, okay, it looks like they have used some kind of thread lock or lack to just prevent the ring here on the front to come loose. But then I have my good rubber tools, because they are very handy to unscrew that kind of stuff. Just have to find the right size here so you can have a grip here on the back here. Just put it on so it actually fits very good. And on the other side, on the front retaining ring here, you can just, if I'm lucky enough, press gently and the rubber will actually do the work. So this is how it goes. That's perfect. And then I can just pop the lens in my hand. So, and hopefully get it out. Someone you have to use. It will not just fall out. Well, it's therefore I have my lens sucker. So just press the button, the rubber thingy, and put it on here and let it suck out the lens. Very, very easy. So, well, just use my... So this is how it looks, but how does it actually look if I use a torch. There are some fingerprints here on the front, but it's not really that much. And is it on the inside? Well, there are some specks and it looks a bit matte. So I will just try to give it a little cleaning. Put it on some of those rubber cones, not rubber cones, but the rubber tool, so you not scratch anything, and see how it will go using one of those very handy small lens tissue. And I think I will do the very front first. And just add a lot of this stuff and do some movement. It's not sure it will work, but one have to try. Well, it actually helped a lot. So let's turn it over and take another lens tissue. Well, I could just use one of the bigger one. There is more space on it. So, and do some movement. Yeah, I mean, it's clear. Actually very clear. There's something on here. There's something on the front which I can just try to take away. Yeah, here we are. Sometimes you need to do it twice just to get it as best as it can. So actually I can just put it back into the mount here, and it's sit there. Put on the retaining ring. And tighten it gently. So now continue with the back here, and it looks like they have used some kind of locking, maybe a thread lock, I don't know, but it's really old, so I guess if I use my rubber cone and find the one who actually fit. Not this one, not this one, but this one. I think it will fit because I need to take out the two lens elements in here. So let's see what we can do about it. Okay, nothing happened. Well, that's why I like to show the use of nail polish remover. It could be just plain pure acetone, but this is just a more handy bottle. So let's see how it will go. Just let it suck in, and it need to soften the thread locker or whatever they have used. There are many people who said, oh, they used one of those, they used one of other stuff, but I don't know what it really is, even if it's thread lock, kind of. Now let it stay a little, and we probably can do something about it. Yeah, let's try it again. Need to come into it, no matter what. Oh, that sits actually very tight. Well, there's another solution for that. My lovely garden gloves, which is extremely sticky rubber, and I will simply just try to see how they would work. And they have been very good in many situations. Just put it in your hand here, and then you have a good grip. Maybe I need this one. Maybe the front. Wow, it's really tight. No, it was the front retaining ring. Well, it needs some more of this nail polish remover, just a lot, and let it suck into the thread. It evaporates very, very quickly, so you have to be quite fast. And nobody knows how much of the thread is actually have the thread locker on. Okay, let's see how it will go. I think we'll use the big one here, just so you have a good grip like this, I would guess. Yeah. Wow, really hard stuff. What about this one? Yes, here we go. It works, as you can see. So, and off with those really handy gloves. You can get those in the probably in the garden center if it's a good hardware store or flower show or whatever they have. See, the back lens here is sitting in a kind of a frame here, so it's not really something I can do because the lens sit in the frame and it's glued into it. So but the next one is more easy to actually access as I see it. It should actually just pop in my hand if it's as it should be. Or maybe it's in the front. It could actually be like that. Yeah, I would guess so. Well, I just need to take off the front retaining ring again, and let's see how it probably can be done. I know the light is changing when I use those very light finger thing. Let's see how it will pop out. Okay. Here it comes off. It was just the vacuum because it's a very tight fit. So I can just pop this on again. So it stays there. And this lens should just pop in my hand. Okay, I see. One need to take off the front and let because there's simply too much vacuum, so the lens will just pop on the rubber stand when I take this off. So if I do so, like that, I simply take off the front lens element. Oh no, yeah, I see how it sits. Actually, there is a front ring here which one need to take out. Okay, how should I know that? Since I do not have a repair manual for this. Let's see, remember how this ring is, the orientation of that. The very flat is on the back towards the, so it sits like that here. So the thin edge here is towards the front. So now it should be easy to pop the lens out, and let's see how it actually looks when putting some light through it. Well, there are some stuff on it which could be interesting to take off. And what about the next lens element? It's not clear. It's not really, it looks like there's some kind of a haze on the back here. If I look closer to it. But let's see how it will go. It's actually just a test for see how one can clean lenses. Now, this one can just pop in here in the maybe it's too big. This one is too big. I think I will use this one. It has a little better fit. See, it's the one with the 35mm, that end. So I can just use the other end as a kind of a stand. Or maybe I'll use this one. This is a bigger one, 60.2 millimeter. Just put it on so it sits there. Where is some lens tissues? Yeah, I will first clean the inside and see how it will go. Yeah, I mean, first cleaning is not all. It's actually the next cleaning who makes the difference, as I see it. Well, it actually helped a lot. Looks like there is something, but it's on the front. So flip it over and do the the front of the lens. Just to use this here. I know it's a cheaper lens, but the performance should actually be fine. So it's always worth to give it a go. Now, it actually helps a lot. Really. Very, very interesting. There are something on here, but it's something in the glass. It's not. Yeah, it's on the back actually, on the inside. The good thing with those rubber is actually the curve of the lens is more flat than the rubber actually. So it's actually good to work with the cleaning lens element. Yeah, it helps. And there was something on here on the front, which I will just do the last cleaning for that lens and put it back in. Whoa, clean, just extremely clean. I think it's so amazing. But all those bloody hair, tiny, tiny, tiny. So, and let us put it back in here. There is something on here. So, and if I'm smart, I will simply use this ring to actually put it on the lens, and I just need the bigger one here, this one here. Simply put the lens on, and in that way put the, the tube that holds the lens, put it over here and then flip the whole thing over, and then the lens sit where it should. And of course I can put on the front lens element. It's not a new element, I can see that, but there so and there it sits. Nice and clear. And then I can screw the front retaining ring on. But before I do so, maybe I should just take there some fragment of something on here. So I'll just do the end cleaning on the front. So there. So, and it looks pretty good. There's something here. Just and here we are. That's nice, good. Okay, and this one, where did it go? Yeah. So, well, it looks much better now. But how much is it actually? Well, there is a big difference, really. Now I will do then the last of the back. I mean the front lens group. I will do the back of that lens. More lens tissues. This is sometimes I also use and just an ordinary lens fabric, microfiber or so, and sometimes it actually work pretty good. It depending on what's actually on the lens, what kind of stuff. It's not every time lens tissues is the only thing, in my opinion. Wow. Not completely good, but we do it again. It's just because there is a thread. I mean, this ring has to be put on. There was just a little fragment here. Yeah, it helps. So flip it over and do the, what you say, the back of the three elements, and so it should be there, ready to put into the front lens group. I mean, extremely clear. Wow, that's just amazing. Now I can just be ready to put this in, and it looks fine and clean. There's some specks on here. So, ready to put in. Find the correct thread. Yeah, I think it will be very good. Now, can we do that here and tighten this lens? So it is. And let's see how it will look. I mean, it's absolutely clear. So, fine. Really great, really good. Now put this away and do the other elements. Where can it stand on something? Yeah, here. Well, now the back lens group should come off, and I'm not quite sure how it looks inside here, so I will just take off the mount, which sit with 3 screws, and hopefully they are not too tight, but I will try to use the Phillips screwdriver, see how it will go. And I mean, you can see how it doesn't fit really perfect. See how loose it is. Okay, so I take my modified Phillips screwdriver, which is exactly same size, and try to put it in. I mean, the fit is better. So how about the JIS? And the fit is absolutely, you can see there is actually no movement if I move it. So I think it will be pretty easy to take out those screws. So I'm just looking forward to use my JIS, my real JIS, and I think it will be very happy with those screwdrivers. And of course the price is not that high, so where did that screw went? Oh, it's amazing how far a screw can jump. See, the mount here should come off pretty easy, but I actually don't know, because I didn't take a sneak peek inside. But I think if I push the aperture lever here all the way over, it should maybe be quite easy to take off. Okay, there's a long pin. I didn't expect that. But this pin is actually go all the way into the aperture thingy here, where it moves the aperture blades, and so, and the aperture ring is actually looking like that. Very different made compared to the normal, I mean kind of normal, more expensive Nikon lenses. So it should be quite easy to just take off the aperture ring. As you can see here, there is a spring for the click here. And then the back lens group was actually put together in a kind of with 3 screws. Wow. Well, it is cheap, but not the performance. Is that yeah, it's plastic here. So and how is the lens actually orientated? Well, I think I can go ahead with just take off the back retaining ring, and in that way just take out the 2 or 3, I don't know how many lens elements in here, but let's see how it is actually. Use my rubber tools here, and since it sits in plastic, I guess this one is made of plastic. No, it's actually metal, aluminium. But one should just unscrew the retaining ring. And off it comes. The lens surface on the back, it's completely flat surface. So if I hold it here, you can see how it looks. It's completely flat surface. There isn't any curve in that way or the other way. So one just need to take it out. But before doing so, I will just do a test how it looks here. There's more dust on the back, in the back lens group. So it will be interesting to see how it will go. Now let's do use a, come on with those hair. So, and just use the lens sucker and put it on, and it should be quite easy to take out the lens element. Well, there's only one. Okay, I would expect there was maybe 2 or 3, but there's only one lens in the back. Not really lens group, but it's only one lens that makes the group. So it is. So it will be quite easy to actually clean. There are some oil or whatever on the edge. Don't know what it is. But the inside, it will say, so the curve of the lens is here. And the other side is completely flat. So if you cannot focus correct way, maybe you should just turn over the lens and it should sit like that here. Now, well, where is some kind of those? So I will just do the outside first and then the inside. Put this on here. So it's a quite easy lens to work with, so nothing really hard to do. So let's see how it will go. So if you should start to working with cleaning lens element, this one could be a subject to work with. Not bad, but I will do it again. Anyway, well, there's something on the lens surface. Yeah, most of it comes away. There's still something on. There was something on the edge, yeah, and that disappeared. And then flip over the lens and see how it will go on the other side. I mean, on the inside of the lens. Maybe it will be better. I hope so. No, not really yet. I will do it second time. And that should be enough. So, come on with those. Lighter fluid. And you maybe think, why not use the ordinary, lens tissue for glasses? Well, the lighter fluid is simply just clear and it evaporates very quickly. And there is nothing left on the lens surface. It takes away oil or grease or something, if there's anything on. Someone also use acetone, but well, I haven't tried yet because it's not the best thing to well, I think it works pretty good when working with cleaning lenses, but I think it's a bit nasty. So just put it on here, and there shouldn't be anything left. And just put it back into the lens body, yeah. Of course there was something on my lens sucker, so I'll just do a last cleaning go for this lens, and it should be that. Okay. Just use the last corner. And I think we will be there. Yeah. Fine. That's absolutely great. On with the retaining ring and just gently tighten it. no need for, so it sits there. And the aperture ring goes on, and it sits like that. There's not so much click on it, but it's just because the mount is not on. This is how it is, and just put this on here. The small pin goes in there. So it is. And then move the mount just a little over here. And I think it will be pretty good. So sit there, and the 3 screws comes on. And the front lens group will also come on. And then we are done. It's a mix of plastic and aluminium, but the plastic seems to be okay. Fine for that. And then the front lens group will come on. And I have my mark here, which go all the way here for this mark. Just put it on. So, better put the cap on. Where did it go? Here. And then I will just use the small JIS, which is 2mm. I would guess it is a JIS 00, or maybe it's a 3. No, it's too big for 000. So I would guess it's a 00. Put on this screw, and it can only sit one way and in one position. So yeah, we only missed the nameplate. And tighten gently. So, well, at the moment the lens actually looks much cleaner than it was. So I will guess it's the way of the work actually has been doing fine. Or the lens is a better shape than it was. So how does it actually look? I mean, it looks so much better. I mean, this is just my torch is extremely dirty. So, but you can see it's absolutely clean. So that was really a good cleaning job for this. So I can use the lens again. I just buy it for very cheap on second hand. And the focus is actually working pretty good. The aperture is pretty good. No oil on the blades. So hope you enjoy the content and can use the information in here to actually clean your lens. So bye bye for me. Hello.